Like, what if the messed up thing is how a person is acting and how what a person does? And yeah, there can be a higher correlation sometimes between people who are addicts versus not who do harmful things to one another. But I think that there's a much deeper story there, and a lot of the quote unquote addicts you'll never hear about that are fine because maybe this addiction thing, we all have it to some degree. Some people are addicted to chasing love. Some people are addicted to money. Some people are addicted to substances.
Some people are addicted to sobriety,
Yeah,
to cleanliness, to purity.
yeah,
And I think I would resonate with that with the Rob Ross season. Definitely a slippery slope of being hyper judgmental about, like, was that nut fully cooked or was it actually raw?
yeah,
It kind of like the details of what I could feel guilty about got like more refined.
yeah. Wow, and it's so weird that when that happens, man, the whole shaming and guilting yourself because you are this or you're that, or ooh, I'm not quite a raw vegan enough, and because I did this, and I can't call myself a raw bra or this or that. Like me, if I use too much kratom, it's like, ooh, am I dabbling back into my old life where I used to use hardcore substances a lot? And I think that's a valid question I do ask myself: is am I taking this too far to where I can't stop using it if I want to? And that to me is to kind of bring it back full circle. That's the question I'm always asking myself. Has this thing became a master over me? Has it am I serving it now, or is it my ally and I can partner with it when I want to, or I can leave it when I want to? And to me, a value of mine is freedom. And so I'm constantly I'll be honest, I dance with that line a lot of like, ooh, is this slipping into I need this thing versus I'm allied with it and it's helping my life.
Yeah, you know where that came up for me the strongest is, and I've talked about this before, and I think I just want I feel like the best way, if someone out there is feeling guilty or shameful, like a sorrow shared is a sorrow halved. So when I
Mm,
feel like is there like a tinge of guilt here? Sometimes I've been, I think, hyper aggressive at trying to eliminate it,
yeah,
which I think has served me.
totally.
And I suggest it for others. Start being more hyper vigilant about where you can get support.
Yes, completely agree.
And talk about it and take action on it. But that really came surface for me when Davina was being birthed. I talked about this in my recent episode briefly with Jade, but that was a great episode. Check that
Oh
out.
well.
But when Davina was born, it was like we were hitting a point where it was getting so chaotic and I was so drained, and I was like, how am I? I'm like, am I even here? Like, what do I need to do? Do I need to jump in the ocean? But that would have been too extreme. And I
Yeah.
ended up like smoking a little pot and I think tobacco
Yeah.
and drank a beer and took a cold shower. And then all of a sudden, Davina's getting birthed. And I remember like this guilt bubbling up, like, oh my gosh, I don't know if I wanted to. And why? And then I was like, why do I even care about that? Like, why is this a theme in my mind? Why has that been a theme in my mind that I felt guilty that I had a beer and smoked pot right before Davina was birthed?
Yeah.
And maybe it's because I think what my parents would think. Maybe that's what I think. There's a lot of roots into that for me. I get to maybe address those roots soon.
Yeah.